If you had to identify like one of the gaps that you see that is most common in the insurance that people have, their current policies, say that somebody owns a home that had a policy in place for 10 years, what are they missing? What are they most likely missing when you review those policies?
Biggest thing that we see right now, Cleve, and you know this being in the space, is the cost to rebuild a structure has gone up exponentially in a post-COVID world. Whether it's the supplies, remember when we had that lumber shortage, or the labor that comes in to rebuild a house now, the number one thing that we get from an insured is they're looking to make sure that they have enough coverage to come back and rebuild that house as it is in the event of a major or total loss, because that policy written 5 or 10 years ago may not have enough coverage to it anymore.
Because the inflation index or whatever it is might not have kept up with it. So it sounds to me like what you're saying is it's not just about having insurance, it's really about having the right kind of insurance and knowing what's excluded and what's included. Now, my question for you is, how on earth is that even possible when somebody has full replacement coverage? Because I think there's something that goes on with insurance policies that not everybody is aware of.
Well, yeah, so they'll have full replacement cost to the dwelling limit of the policy, but it's not a guaranteed replacement cost of whatever it takes to, how I always say it is, I'll show up at your house with a briefcase full of $480,000 to rebuild this house because that's your dwelling limit. But once we run out of that money, you're going to be paying it on your own or financing it through the bank. And people do confuse replacement cost with guaranteed replacement cost, where it would replace the house no matter what it costs to build. And your typical home insurance policy that you have in the state of Georgia is a replacement cost policy to the limit of the dwelling.
Meaning if you bought it and it was worth $200,000 and the policy says that number is going to go up 3% a year, I'm just making up a number, that's what happens. And it's possible that the cost to replace it goes up significantly more, like it did in 2020 and 2021, than 3% per year.